Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Jannu tribe. And we are here with one of our Seers of the Shadows, Seiko, as she is getting ready to give birth to another child and hopefully have yet another little one, another young seer we can bring down to the tree, the shadows of the tree, where they can learn to crack open nuts and hopefully provide all sorts of prophecies to the future of the Jannu tribe. It has been a very profitable time, if you could call it that. I guess a very fruitful time, haha, because we've had a lot of little children born that have the abilities to be Seers of the Shadows. In particular, Taku is our current lead Seer of the Shadows. He, just like Miko, meets all of the requirements. He just doesn't have green eyes, but that's actually, green eyes isn't really like 100% of a requirement. It's just a cool perk. The fact that he has dark panda pattern, he has dark ram horns in particular, and he has nimble fingers so he can crack open nuts, means that Taku is one of the most powerful Seers on the island right now. And as for Seers, we also have Dolami, our Seer of the Sea, trying to have many children that can hopefully inherit her position. And we are trying out having children with Kuro, who is our first and only creature on the entire island to have the Digger Paw ability. So he's got a Digger Paw, and we're really thinking if we combined Digger Paw and Nimble Fingers with a water body and beak, then we will have a creature that will be a perfect Seer. So it's going to be really tricky to get there, but that's like one of my goals for the breeding genetics of our Jannu tribe. So we're going to see what kind of babies they're going to have. Everybody else is kind of moving around or flopping around in the case of poor Rossi, who cannot move at all on land. He's got one movement speed on land, but in water, he can crack open clamshells, he can attack crabbits, he can do some fishing, he can swim. He just needs to get into the sea in order to do all of those things first. Being born in the middle of the land does not help somebody like him. But alright, so let's go ahead and see what our two Seers are going to have, and keep in mind, we do have a whole bunch of awesome newbies. Vanro over here and Anasi have just shown up out of the grasses, and they are going to help Lasila to explore up to the north. And I think that Vanro and Lasila may kind of fall in love sort of the way that we had Rikori and Goku fall in love and give birth to a surprisingly underwater gifted child named Kosira. And we may actually have Kosira explore the streams, so we may have her jump into the streams and explore the island that way. That would be kind of fun if she could like ride the waterfall down. She could do like a waterfall slide and check out what's going on at this tree. So that might be really fun for her too. All right, so let's settle in and see what Seiko's child is going to be. Dun 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 dun. Ooh, very handsome little girl named Komi. So she has stripes just like her mom. She does have cracking ability and ram horns, but I'm not sure if she'll end up being one of the Shadow Seers. Since we have so many Shadow Seers to pick from, we may start really honing in on the Seers that are born with panda pattern. Especially like Taku, and try to keep his specific coloring going. So we'll have to see that, because that coloring represents that he's a stronger Seer. But I think she would be a good explorer. So little Komi may become a really good explorer, and that'll be really fun because she's been born into a family that definitely needs to do some exploring and will love to do some exploring. And where's that predator? Keeping an eye out. There it is. All right, and we know where the Russell grasses are. Anton, oh Anton, you just found like another little spot where there's some berries. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be a predator popping out here. Yep, there we go. Ooh, and there's even one of the fruits that can help heal you. So Rolori, who's one of our wandering explorers and defenders, can pop up here. We need to take out that carnivore. Unfortunately, Misi and Rolori may take some damage, but look at this. There's a whole awesome fruit they can eat from to heal themselves and become the ultimate warrioresses. I'm really excited to see that. Oh, that'll be really cool. And then Nuravan, that's exactly what he lives for. He wants to join in on that fighting, so he'll head that direction. And then what would we have here? Von Duvan. Okay, so we've got no cracking ability, but he is a fisher and an underwater breather. So what gives you underwater breathing? Having water body. He's got water body. He's got fishing tail. I guess fishing tail would work pretty well on our creatures, but he does not unfortunately have the ability to either crack open anything or the ability to dig. So we'll try again. We'll try again with Kuro, and we'll see if this is going to be a good match or not. Mies needs to stay near her mother. And if it's just not going to be a good match, that's okay. And we'll move on to some of the other creatures that we could potentially breed together. But having more digger paw in the tribe, I think would be really helpful to be able to walk along all of these beaches and harvest all of the roots and the shells along the beaches that they could find. All right, and Rossi, get in the water. For crying out loud, he's still not in the water. Oh, he's just a poor little fish out of water. It's so sad to see. And over here we do have Anku finally taking up his place as one of these seers of the shadows. And he is going to be shown up a little bit by who I think is actually his little brother. Look at all of those. Oh my gosh. That's so many acorns. So many acorns to be able to crack open. That's fantastic. So Anku and Taku and Tabanku are actually going to be the new seers in charge. And I think Miko, let's name him Tico. So we're going to change Taku's name to Tico so that it can really reflect his mother's abilities and his mother's name. And they're going to be our new seers of the shadows. So we'll have to see if there's any females that we have born who might be good picks for them as possible mates. Kuravan is still just doing a little bit of basic exploring. Speaking of exploring, let's go ahead and let this whole group have a great time pushing their way deeper and deeper into the savannas. And we'll have Vonro come with us, because we're trying really hard to make progress to get towards this big tree. That's my big goal right now. Maybe we can even pull that off today. All right, and we'll actually have Rikori come over here. How far can her baby go? Her baby can go this far. So Rikori will bring up the caboose of the little exploration team with her little baby, Kosira. And Kosira, I'll have to think about, maybe Kosira would be good to breed in. She does have E immunity, which we haven't really had in the family for a while. All right, and then Siko, you have had your opportunity. Komi is a lovely little one. She'll probably be good. She has panda pattern recessive, and she has dark horns and dark antler ram horns recessive, and she has the poison fangs, which is also something you want to see in these Seers of the Shadows. So I think Komi will actually be a good mate for some of these guys. She might be a good mate for Anku, for instance, or maybe Tico, and we'll see what kind of children Komi can have, but she'll go down to live with her mother by the trees so that they can return to the shadowy area with all of those nuts that her mom, as a Seer of the Shadows, cracks open. All right, is everybody where they belong? Oh yes, we have a predator problem. All right, let's take care of this guy. Oh, he ran away! Coward! Coward! We're gonna get you! Oh, he died! He ran away and he died on a bunny burrow. Oh my gosh. These ladies just discovered like an amazing spot. There's a bunny burrow, there's healing items. This is like the hidden bounties of this island. This is awesome. All right, and we're gonna have Raylori, we'll have her jump up here. Oh my gosh, there's even more food. What is happening over here? There was just like food everywhere. It's like the predator took out a bunny and then died. And then Anton can like try to clear away some of the grasses to guide over here. I think that all of this excitement is exactly what New Vanyu wants to be part of. So he can clear the way and we can start exploring this patch of the land. Because wow, there's a lot of action going on over here. 2 healing plants, a bunny burrow, a berry bush. That's pretty awesome. All right, and then let's see. We'll have little Van Dukvan come down. He has the ability to maybe have a child. Mies, guess what? You're gonna be stuck. You're gonna be stuck helping out as a Seer of the Sea after all. So we'll send Mies down here, and she's going to be, even though she maybe doesn't feel the lure of being a Seer of the Sea as strongly as some of her ancestors have, she's going to at least have to stick around because I don't think I have enough Seers. Because I have just very slow moving Rossi, you hardly budge, Rossi. He really isn't doing a great job. All right, we're gonna have Dolomite try to have another child. We may have to have Mies mate with Rossi at this rate. Oh my goodness, and maybe between the 2 of them, they would actually end up with a child with nimble fingers. So there's that. And I'm gonna have Kuro. We'll have him kind of dig around along the beach and gather up the roots he can find. And then finally, Miko can finally make her way back under the tree where she's always wanted to be for so long now. And Tico can scooch over. And then we're going to have Tavanku. And we've got these 3 awesome babies able to help out with taking care of the different nuts that fall from this tree and reading what they say and reading how the shells crack and providing answers as seers of the shadows for what the tribe really needs. So I'm so happy Miko finally made it back, and she made it back with some really healthy, strong sons too. Not all of those are her sons, but she protected them so that they could get there. So you know what? It counts. All right, and we'll have him clear that area. I love this cliffside. And speaking of the cliffside, we will actually send Mama Siko over here and have her daughter follow her. Can she get down here? Yeah, look at that. And we'll have them start wiggling their way back under the tree where they belong. They spent their life making sure that they could have children that could pass on the seer line, and now they can relax and collect up the nuts and let their sons and their daughter explore around here and figure out what the future of the tribe is going to be. All right, speaking of which, hello there, big giant carnivore. Let's go ahead. I don't think Lucila wants to see her brand new mate end up getting killed that quickly. So we'll clear that area out. Chorusy. Oh, the old lady felt like she died. The old one has now passed on. Rikori, I think, is going to stand at the top of this big giant waterfall, and her daughter is just going to feel really called to exploring it. So I think her daughter is going to jump into the waves and just ride down the waterfall. A wild Hawaiian roller coaster ride sort of event, and make her way down to the bottom of the beach. So that's going to be a really fun future for little Korossi. I'm really excited for her to be able to do that. All right, so let's go ahead and see what kind of baby we're going to have here. So if I did not have a child who could do any kind of cracking, nimble fingers and cracker jaw. I'm going to try again. All right, let's see what we have. And we have a little girl with runner's legs. Darn it. So yet again, we're not getting any children that are really being born with the abilities we need. So Mies, you're not escaping this. You still are having to be the seer of the sea. So you're gonna have to come and help out. And poor little Rossi's getting bullied by crabbits, and he's getting covered by leeches. And I need to get that leech off of him today, or else it's going to be pretty bad. Can I get over here in time? I can. All right, thank goodness. And then, oh, Rossi, you're a female. This whole time, I have called you a boy. I thought I was going to breed you. I totally had it backwards. I am so sorry, Rossi. Let me go ahead and get that leech off of you. Geez, you know what? Why not? Why not? Why not? I have no idea when I'm ever gonna get you into a nest again, my dear. You're gonna spend your whole life climbing back out up of the water to give birth. But I didn't even realize, there we go, we're crossing the two seer lines just out of the blue. But that was just really cute because I didn't even realize she was a female, so we'll have to see what we get. All right, but Dolami, I think you have enough time for one more child, especially if I move like this, actually. If I move up here and get Dolami in this nest, then she can have another child, and I'll move him back over here to protect the babies. And little Mies is actually going to have to take up being the seer of the sea, even though she doesn't really want to. She doesn't feel super called towards it, but she has a little bit of an ability. So I think this is one of the first cases we've ever had where there is a creature who has the ability to be a seer who really would prefer if they weren't. So that'll be kind of interesting to see how that plays out. All right, so let's scooch over here and see what this rustle is about. Hopefully it's just something as harmless as another crabbit, and it sure is. And we're going to get this little one, Komi. She's now safely tucked away on top of, or under the shadows, and then her mom, Siko, is making her way over there. Miko is about to pass away, but I think she's going to be really happy to know she has left behind so many healthy young little ones who are going to study the way of the seers of the shadow and keep the family traditions going strong and take care of the tribe. I've really loved having Miko. That was really exciting to see her born and know that we had a proper seer of the shadows. So she's been born and she's going to pass away. I think that we're going to have Rikori, except that her daughter really wants to jump into the ocean and really wants to start exploring. So I can't get her in the water just yet, even because the fish is in the way, ironically. But Rikori managed to do a little bit of fishing with her daughter, so that's pretty nice. And she'll walk around this crabbit, and we'll let Kosira jump into the water and go down the waterfall next time. I think Lasila is going to realize after that predator attack that she has fallen in love with Vonro, but they're going to continue their search to the far. Let's clear those away. They're going to continue their search trying to wiggle their way towards the nest to the north. They don't even know they're there, but once upon a time an acorn was cracked, and the acorn said, "Go north, explorers." And so they're trying to fulfill that responsibility of their destiny. All right, so who's trying to threaten me over here now? Oh, phooey! Oh, man! Oh, really? Really? You jerk face? Get out of here. There, now you're poisoned too. What do you think about that? And guess what? As soon as you're gone, there we go. I'm going to have her turn around and eat from this. So I didn't even look at his traits before. I was so upset. I killed him before we even... I killed him dead before we even ended up looking at his traits. I was just so infuriated. Poor Anton is gonna like come over here and try to clear away the grasses so that we can get Rilori out of here and back on the nest. There's a nest down here that has, for some reason, there it is. The nest is down here. And I am just I can't believe that guy. The nerve of that guy just showing up out of the blue. It's a good thing we're right next to all of these healing plants. So at least we'll be able to heal up Rilori, and then she can go and have the unexpected baby that she is now expecting. And we'll have to see what that results in. But I haven't seen one of those males in forever, and then he just shows up out of the blue. And I'm really sorry, Rossi, that I didn't realize that you were a girl. Like all that time. All that time passed. Didn't realize she was a girl. Alright, so we're going to try again with Dolomie. I'm going to leave Cracker Jaw, I think. Nimble Fingers is what I really want. So I'm going to leave Nimble Fingers in the mutation menu. Are we going to have any luck? No, but really beautiful little girl named Rira, who will be a good defender. So we're having a little bit of trouble making sure we can pass on our seer line. So poor little Mies is kind of stuck with the job now, and she's going to have to just do her best. And then I can have Rossi waddle out of the water at her record pace. Woohoo! There you go. Tiku can help you out with that. So Rossi's going to waddle her way over to the nest. She's not going too terribly fast. Von Dukvan, does he has the recessive abilities. Maybe Von Dukvan could be a good mate with Rossi. Probably not. Von Dukvan, what are you best at? Fishing, traveling, and underwater breathing. I might have him do some beach exploration. So I'll send him over to do some exploring along the beaches then. And then Tico, our Seer of the Shadows, his mother Miko has just passed away. So we are going to make sure that everybody is lined up to be able to gather up as many of the nuts as possible and thus help the tribe. Komi over here could help out with that. I think she's going to step down and be in charge of this berry bush. Kurovan. Do I want to breed Kurovan just out of the blue? Yeah, why not? Why not? Kurovan and Siko. I'm going to let them have a child because why not? And we'll go ahead and pop back up here. And that way we can just see. Sometimes you throw in the genetic wild card and you just see what happens to be born when you mix the creatures together like that. And that's very frustrating. That poor Dolomie, this is her last child, and she still did not have the kind of child that we were really hoping for. But at least Mila will be a good explorer. She had some really great exploring children who have fangs, so they'll be able to defend themselves, which is always a good thing. But we didn't end up with any children with Digger Paw, and we didn't end up with any children who have the antlers and the cracking ability all together, other than Mies. So Mies was born from Dolomie, but whereas Dolomie was like reborn Doli, Mies, it doesn't really want to be a seer. So that's a bit of a twist on their story. All right, so let's go ahead and pull poor little Rilori down here. She's going to be jumping into a nest and having a baby, and she's very cranky about it. Oh, I forgot to give her the fruit. All right, we'll have her have the baby and then pop back up so that she can get the life-healing fruit. Anton is going to do some more exploring because he's concerned about what kind of things could be hiding if that guy was hiding here. And then Vanu is very excited because he wants to get in on the action of doing some really intensive fighting. So he'll come over there too. Let's see, but we're surviving. We're more than surviving. We're able to have some fun stories while we're at all of this, so I'm pretty happy. And then we can't get the freaking fish to leave me alone, so I can get poor little Coursera into the water, but she's finally in the water, and we can start exploring. Oh, look at this. I love the way the cliff sides work. This is so cool. So we'll explore the cliff sides. So far, not as dangerous as I thought it would be here. famous last words as we investigate the rustling of the grasses. It's just a crabbit. Everybody, we're okay. It's just a crabbit. And we'll continue trying to get Lucila towards that last nest. So that's going to be my big goal, is to clear the way so Lucila and everybody else can work their way over to the shadowy nest under the tree there. Speaking of nest, I'm glad you're not a Dodomingo little rabbit, because I would be very sorry if Siko couldn't get to the nest that she wanted. And then let's see. Clear away the grass behind him. All right, everybody's good to go. Wonderful. I don't think I had any pregnant females on a nest, so we're okay. Everybody needs to stop. Oh, Rassi. There you go, Rassi. Gotta flop your way up out of the water. I'm so sorry. And then Mies is going to have to just take up her unwanted position as Seer of the Sea. She might be really tempted to have some children with an eligible male who possibly could help her. And it may, oh, actually, Van Dukvan might be a good male for her to breed with, because he does have the darker colored antlers, and he does have, he doesn't have cracking ability, but she could provide that with either giving a child her cracker jaw or giving him nimble fingers. So I think that Mies is very eager. She's suddenly like, you could possibly help me get out of this. So we'll have to see. Maybe they'll end up having an unexpected relationship that way. Right now they can beat up crabbits together, because I think Mies's next goal would probably be to have a child so that there could be a new seer, so that she could leave this duty behind and go explore the world or do something else. Just she's very unreasonably aggressive towards having to fulfill this role, feeling that it was forced on her. Raylori is going to settle in and share the awful story of the nasty, horrible creature she ran into that has resulted in her baby, but she'll be fine with the little one, I think. And then Kuro is going to stick around here to watch after his little one. Mila is pretty explorative. Dolami, I'm going to allow to come over towards. She's going to pass away. I was trying to get her towards what appears to be our graveyard beach so that she could pass away in peace there. Maybe I can get up here and do a little digging with Kuro so he can show Mila some roots. And then we have Nuvanu here, who is really eager to find something to fight. So that's what he's searching for. Whereas Anton just wants to clear away the grasses so that everybody knows what they're getting into. And then we have Messy. She's going to clear that away, step this direction. She can clear away some of the grasses over there. Love these cliff sides. They're just so cool. And then let's see how far... Oh, there's a dead crabbit to eat. Let's see how far our group can make it towards the nest now. Whoops. Darn it. I'm meant to just have him keep moving. Come on, keep moving. Whoa, what's this? Oh, it's another one of the awesome plants. So I guess that's worthy of being uncovered. And we're almost to the nest, you guys. I think next time we're going to get there with Lucila. And actually, ironically, I should have kept Lucila around. And Rikori, oh, Rikori might have to go back down too. She was originally a wanderer, but now that we know we're having so many issues, let's go ahead and collect up that guy. Now that we know we're having so many issues with being able to get to, our Seers of the Sea born, Rikori might be called back down. I think that she's going to fill the summons. She's going to be called back down to try to join in and see if she's able to give birth to the next Seer of the Sea. Because she has had a sea-based child, even though she bred with somebody who had nothing to do with the sea when she bred with Goku. So maybe it's a sign that she needs to return down here and try again. We'll have to see how that works out. All right, and then let's move you over here, my dear. Don't worry, it's just a bunch of... Oh, there's a dead crabbit. Just a bunch of bunnies. Hello there! Hello there! Are you possibly a sign from above? Well then, Isrimi. Wow, the most attack I have seen on any of our creatures yet. She happens to have the coloration. She has hemophilia and short-sighted eyes. Why? But she has cracking jaw. She has toxic body secondary. Is this what I have to work with to have a proper Seer of the Sea? We have an unexpected arrival. Huh. What am I going to do with you, ma'am? Well, this is interesting, you guys. We have Isrimi. I'm not sure if we'll try breeding her or not, because I don't want those eyes in our family. But she actually she's a pretty good fighter. Maybe she's just a wandering explorer who we have stumbled upon. Maybe we will try breeding her just on a whim to see what kind of children she would have. But either way, that is unexpected. I love this island. Next time I'm definitely going to try to get to this island a lot sooner because I love how many more of the random creatures are showing up. And I'm really excited to see if we're ever going to have... Your name got changed to Ah. Rikori. Re-Lily. We're gonna name Re-Lily. We're gonna name her Re-Lily, or Re-Lily. We'll go with Re-Lily. There we go. We'll see if Re-Lily gets to go on her little waterfall ride. We will see if Lasila manages to make it to her nest. And we'll have to see just where the story is kind of headed with poor little floppy Rossi climbing her way towards the nest and trying to make sure the seer line is carried on even though we have a very reluctant seer. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.